by the end of that speech, Sadhguru said, one way or another, I'll go to Mexico one day. And that was one of the best days of my life when he said, I'm going to Mexico. And I started to cry my eyes out. All of a sudden, and I was all the way in the back. I was not even in the front. I was all the way in the back. And all of a sudden, this teacher comes along with a microphone, and she looked at me, and I say, "May I?" And she said, "Okay, have it." It was like,
What? That's
it was
crazy.
so awesome. It was so awesome.
Like it was meant for you to ask this question.
Yes, totally. And what I asked the Sadhguru is, how was it that being so far away, because Mexico and India, they're exact opposite in the world, we're far away. How is it that we had so many things in common? Recently we experienced the a Krishna celebration, and they had this terracotta pots filled with colored water, and you would beat them up with a stick, and this colored water would come. For us, that's called piñatas in Mexican culture. And I was looking at this and I was like, damn, how is it possible something like a piñata can be reproduced in the two extremes of the world? And our health system and our pre-Hispanic traditions, we have many things in common. So I asked this question, and he said that this is all because of the Saptrishis. For those who don't know, the Saptrishis, the seven Saptrishis, were the devotees of Shiva, no? The ones after everybody came and they spent time with Shiva, everybody left, except for these seven devotees who stayed there for their whole life, basically, to learn from Shiva and to be with him. And after they were done learning and being with him, they walked to all the corners of the world and they took this information with them. So there are many things in ancient pyramids and ground burials and all of that. They have many things in common, geometrical figures, the flower of life, you've seen the circles coming together. It appears over and over in so many places, no? So in this side of the world, we had many predominant cultures, but mainly the Mayas and the Incans. Mayans are here in Mexico, Incans a little more to the south, to Peru. But they have this knowledge about astrology, about the world and the universe, about mathematics. And this question happened because while he was talking about the ancient Indian cultures, he said Indians invented the zero. In my knowledge, Mayans invented the zero. And if you see any school book in Mexico, they would say Mayas invented the zero, and it looks like a little shelf and something. So I was looking at him like, why are you talking? Why are you talking about Indians? We invented the zero, no? And it turns out that in a way, we both did. Simultaneously, we both did because our cultures were connected from way back. So this is relevant more than ever because we keep insisting in separating people, the blonde ones, the black ones, the tall, the short, the rich, the poor, the Catholics, the Muslims, the Hindus, the Jewish. We insist in separating human beings in different boxes. And we have to understand we all come from the same place. So even if you see Indian culture as an alien culture, as a very different culture, we all have more in common with that culture than you think or that you care to think.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful thing for me. And like I told you before, by the end of that speech, Sadhguru said, one way or another, I'll go to Mexico one day. And that was one of the best days of my life when he said, I'm going to Mexico. And I started to cry my eyes out because that's the time when I just recently started to work in the Spanish translation. So I knew that this work had so much meaning and so much relevance for making this happen. Now in Latin America, let me tell you, we are one of the third channels of YouTube, Sadhguru Spanish. It's just growing like crazy. Every day, people keep asking for more and more. They all have read the inner engineering in the book. Now we have inner engineering online in Spanish. It's been a humongous effort to make all of this happen, but it's so worth it. And my heart fills with joy when I see that my people and the Latin people, which is part of this world, are able to share this experience with Sadhguru, and it's just so wonderful.
I really feel you on this. When Sadhguru, when he answered the question, he also talked about the Dhyanalinga, the temple in India that he consecrated.
Yeah,
That it's in the same angle as in a pyramid in Mexico, or a temple in Mexico. And when I went to Mexico and I talked to a few people and I told them, that about me joining Isha and, doing the practices of Sadhguru, all like a lot of them have heard about Sadhguru. And a lot of when I showed them pictures of the temple, when I showed them pictures of the ashram, they were like, wow, this is real. Like this is now. They are used to seeing these pictures from the Mayas like thousands of years ago, but now someone came into this lifetime and he's building structures which are, like ancient structures. And so I thank you so much for sharing this. It was
and because this is important for people to know what Sadhguru is offering now. It's not new. This is ancient technology. This is ancient knowledge. This is, and this is not a belief system.
mhm,
It's just part of the universe. So that's why he keeps insisting saying technology, technology, because it is a technology. It is a tool. This is something people have to understand. This is not a cult because this is not about believing something. This is about a tool. This is about a technology that you can incorporate into your life to make it bigger and richer. And speaking of the Dhyanalinga temple, I told you when we first started this podcast that that was one of the main reasons why I went
mhm.
to India. And sitting inside the Dhyanalinga temple, even for 15 minutes, you know how it is. It's life changing. It's life changing. Just being in the presence of something like that.
There was one
And I
guy.
know it doesn't make any sense for people. How is it sitting in front of a stone? No, would change my life. You have to be there to experience it. Please don't believe me. Don't believe me. Please don't take my word for it. Go there, live it, experience it. Don't take my word for it. For me, it was life changing and it was the best decision of my life to be there. Best decision of my life. And it's my favorite place in the whole entire world. Isha Yoga Center in Coimbatore in India. It's my favorite place in the whole wide world. And that's the only place I want to be close to as much as I can.